Well, greetings for color fans and welcome back to another Metarog video. And today I'm doing a community tag or community challenge that was proffered by none other than Trev the Shipping Guru a few days ago. And I saw his video and he wanted us to also to try to do this challenge. He tagged a few people, but it's also an open tag to the community. So I'll be tagging a few people too, just to make this fun, and try to give it some more legs. But thank you, Trev, for doing this. I always have fun for looking through dollar bins, or I've been doing that since over 40 years. They started with quarter bins and 50-cent bins and things like that back in the early 80s. So a lot of these are from way back when, but some are more recent as well. And the last two you're going to see are probably the best finds of my comic hunting career. I will try to give you more or less the time period where I got them and how much I paid for them, where I got them, if I remember, and all that. All right. And I will also tag Trev as he asked us to tag him so he could put it on a playlist. All right. Let me get this kind of squared here. So this first one here, again, these are not necessarily the most valuable that I have found. Other more valuable than the first few, but they're just ones that I thought were really cool and how I found them, and they're the kind of comics that I really just enjoy, right? So here is Forbidden Worlds number 114. This is the first cover appearance of Herbie the Fat Fury. Yes, very politically incorrect and all that, but very fun character, just bizarre as can be. The most, I don't even know what to say. He's just a very odd duck, He's not really a superhero per se. He sort of has a huge amount of array of superpowers, but just a very odd young man. And an odd power set, but I really do enjoy these stories from the Herbie. I have several of them in Forbidden Worlds and then his own title as well. So I found that one. Actually, this is about fairly recent. I think about 3 or 4 years ago. I believe I found this in a convention over in Mississippi. I do believe that's where I found it, in a dollar bin over there. Okay. So that's about 3 or 4 years ago. This one goes way, way back. I found this one, I believe it was 1983 or so. And this was at a show in one of those, like in a strip mall in North Miami somewhere. And it was mostly like baseball cards, or as I recall, but there were a couple vendors that had comic books, and I found a lot of Marvel magazines for $1 there, and I found several Marvel Spotlight that had been missing, including this one here, probably a mid-grade or so, first solo Moon Knight. I think actually it was 50 cents, actually not $1, because the magazines were $1, but I think the comics were 50. I think so. So we'll go with 50 cents. This one here I found in an estate sale when I lived in Port Richey, Pasco County, just north of Tampa. Probably this would be about 7-8 years ago. There were a bunch of Spider-Man in there. And this was one I remember pulling out. It was $1. Everything in that box was $1. And I pulled out a good amount of Spider-Man, but this is the most key-ish one, and one I was missing in the run. So, what was it? First Carnage, right? So again, not in great shape, probably VG-ish, got creases and all that, but definitely for $1, I wasn't going to leave it there, right? Okay, this one I found here last year, or maybe a year and a half ago, at an estate sale here locally in North Florida. There was a huge pile of comics there, and some of them were really beat up. But I think this one, I ended up buying a whole bunch of them. I think it ended up to being about $1. So yeah, this was about $1. Black Rider 26. It has a very ragged spine. I had to, use some conservation techniques, Tengojo paper, wheat paste, to reinforce it because it was barely hanging on. But a really nice comic here. So that I really enjoy. Manili cover there, I do believe. Yes, it is. All right, here, FF186, you're saying, oh, well, not a big deal. This was in my LCS over in Port Richey, Yancey Street Comics, when they were across from the mall. This I found, this has probably been about 5 or 6 years since I found this one. But this is the 35-cent variant over here. They had apparently bought a collection, and they had about, I think I found about 6 or 7 35-cent variants in there. And they were half price, and this one was $2, so I got it for $1. So I guess that counts. I guess with tax was $1 something, but I'm sure that's the, what they actually had, that you didn't include the taxes, right? Really nice George Perez cover, really nice condition, probably, 8-ish or so. Very hard to find those 35-cent variants. So this one I found here at Fallout Comics, which is a comic book shop in Tallahassee. This was it was a $1 bin, but you get everything is 20% off, so there's actually 80 cents, right? And you're saying, oh, well, no big deal. The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves, number 35. But what happens here is that when I looked inside, the interior is not Dr. Graves, number 35. It's an issue of Top Cat. So it is a miscovered comic. Really cool. Very, very rare to find this kind of error. And this is exactly the kind of stuff that I just absolutely adore. So yeah, for 80 cents, I think that was quite a find. This next one, Amazing Spider-Man 292. This is the So Much Fun Classic Edition, which came in 3 packs. I found this one in a shop, I believe in Tampa, in their dollar bin area. This was a long time ago, probably 12 years ago. It was, I'm sure it was in the 2010 or so, 2011, somewhere in there. I was in a ministry. I was going up there to do some work, and I remember afterwards there was a shop not far from there, so I stopped in, bought a few comics, and this was there among them. Not the rarest and not the most valuable, but it helped complete my set of So Much Fun variants there. This is really cool. Uncanny X-Men number 302, but this is the no price variant, and it's an error variant, as I've found out over the years. So it's very rare. I think there's less than 20 copies extant. So yeah, very, very hard to find. Just random dollar bin in a shop. I don't remember exactly where it was. Probably somewhere in the Tampa area. But I do remember buying it out of the dollar bin and just thinking it was odd. I didn't know it was that rare at the time. So it's just kind of a lucky purchase. And here are the last two. If you've been a subscriber to my channels for over 5 years, you've probably heard the story of how I found this issue in Westland Mall. Just a random show that was there. I did not know. It was 1981, late 1981, early 82. I'm not exactly sure. I just walked in. There was a show there. I won't give you all the details, but I don't think that it was supposed to be in the dollar bin. He had a quarter bin, and he had also some more expensive books up in the wall, and somehow it found its way into the dollar bin. So I walked out with it after paying the $1. And not only that, but I also found, yes, Hulk 181 in there. It was on the back side. In other words, it was double. There was the front comic, I think it was Amazing Spider-Man something or other, and this was on the back, so it was probably somehow overlooked. And I tried to get the guy's attention and let him know, hey, is this really $1? And he was negotiating with some other guy for another wall book, and he was just like, yeah, just give me the money. And he didn't even look at what I had. So I went out of there and just booked it like there was a vapor trail behind me when I got out of there. Yeah, that was really the find of a lifetime right there. So that's it. That's my top 10 dollar bin finds. Let's see. Let's tag up Bub's Comics, Scoon's Comics, Rayman the Silencer Man, And let's see who else. And from Heroes to Icons, Jason. I'll tag all you guys here in this vid and see if you guys want to do one of these little challenges sometime. All right, that's it. Remember, tonight, I'm going to post this Thursday morning, is the Horror Horde Showdown, where 5 community members, Bubs Comics, Comic Man Musings, Rayman the Silencer Man, Dope Comics, and Lady Fantastic are going to be battling out to see who has the best horror comics that fits the 20 themes that I gave them, and will be in the description. I'll put a link for that live stream down below in case you're not busy tonight and you want to see some really great horror comics and probably some great spiel from those 5. I will be hosting it tonight on my channel, 8 o'clock Eastern time. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. Be kind to each other, be blessed, and be back. Bye.